Look at your desk right now. It is covered in a mountain of bills, credit card statements, and loan notices that seem to multiply every single month. You want to pay it all off, but every time you try, you feel completely paralyzed by the sheer numbers staring back at you. Should you tackle the card with the horrific 24% interest rate first, or wipe out that smaller medical bill just to get it out of your sight? This is where standard financial advice fails you, because it treats you like a flawless spreadsheet instead of a real human being with emotions. Today, we are putting the two heaviest hitters in debt elimination head to head to see which one actually works in the real world. Let us start with Jordan, who chooses the Debt Avalanche method because it makes perfect mathematical sense on paper. Jordan looks at his bills and immediately targets his massive $25,000 student loan because it has the highest interest rate. He grabs a tiny financial axe and marches straight up to a colossal, towering redwood tree representing this giant balance. He swings with all his might, day after day, pouring every single spare dollar into chopping down this financial monster. But here is the problem. After 6 grueling months of intense sacrifice, the giant tree barely has a tiny scratch on its trunk. Jordan looks up at the massive canopy, realizes he still owes thousands, and feels completely exhausted. Because he does not see any immediate progress, his motivation completely vanishes, and he quits, falling right back into his old, stressful spending habits. Now, look over at Maya, who ignores the math and chooses the Debt Snowball method instead. Maya has the exact same debts, but she lines them up from the absolute smallest balance to the largest, completely ignoring the interest rates. Her smallest debt is a tiny $500 credit card balance, which visually looks like a miniature, adorable domino. With one quick, decisive push of an extra $100, she completely knocks that tiny domino over. The credit card is officially paid off, and a bright green checkmark appears. This instant win floods Maya's brain with a massive wave of dopamine and psychological momentum. She did not just clear a line item. She proved to herself that victory is completely possible. She takes the money she used to pay on that first card and adds it to her next smallest bill, ready to knock down the next target. If you ask any traditional math professor, they will tell you that Jordan's avalanche method is superior because it saves you more money on interest. Scientifically, they are absolutely right. But personal finance is 90% behavior and only 10% head knowledge. When you are trapped in deep debt, your biggest enemy isn't the high interest rate. It is the crippling feeling of hopelessness that makes you want to surrender. Maya's method works beautifully because it flips the psychological script by providing immediate, tangible feedback. Every single domino that crashes down builds a permanent wall of positive behavioral reinforcement. You begin to look forward to budgeting because you want to experience that intoxicating feeling of crossing another balance off your list. While Jordan is still staring at his unbroken giant tree, Maya has already eliminated 3 entire accounts, drastically reducing her mental clutter. Watch what happens next as Maya's financial snowball gathers massive speed. Because she completely wiped out her 3 smallest debts, she has freed up hundreds of dollars in minimum payments that used to drain her checking account every month. She combines all that newly recovered cash into one giant, unstoppable financial wrecking ball. Now, she finally faces her final, most terrifying debt, that massive $25,000 student loan. Except this time, she is not approaching it with a tiny, pathetic axe like Jordan did. She is standing at the end of a long chain reaction where the momentum of her previous wins crashes forward with immense physical force. The final, massive brick wall of debt does not stand a single chance. With one final triumphant push, the entire structure collapses into dust. leaving Maya completely debt-free and standing tall in an open field of total financial security. So, which method should you choose tonight when you look at your own bills? If you are a highly disciplined, robotic thinker who is completely unmoved by delayed gratification, choose Jordan's Avalanche method to save every single penny of interest. But if you are a normal human being who desperately needs to see quick, visible victories to stay motivated, choose Maya's Snowball method. Grab a blank piece of paper right now. List your debts from the absolute smallest balance to largest and find your first tiny domino. Commit every single extra dollar you can find to crushing that one specific target until it falls. You do not need a perfect mathematical spreadsheet to win with money. You just need to build an unstoppable habit of winning. Stop staring at the giant trees in your path, tip over your very first domino today, and watch your financial freedom fall perfectly into place. As always, appreciate you hanging out today. See you in the next one.